I know I'm starting on the front page, but I wanted to say something here so I don't forget. By the way, I have been known to put these on quizzes or tests. And this is an easy fill-in-the-blank type question to get points. So just a reminder, we do that. But now let's go ahead and let's finish up this problem right here. It says find the lateral area and surface area of a cube with edge length 8 centimeters. Well, here's your cube, as good as I'm going to draw it today. And it says all of them have edge length of 8. Well, we know from what we did on the other page, your lateral area is 4 times the side squared. So that's 4 times 8 squared. So 4 times 64. And we get for that one 256 square centimeters. But your surface area, I could actually use our formula that we had before, or we could just use the formula that we derived earlier, 6 times side squared. That's 6 times 8 squared. So I get 6 times 64. Which gives us 384 square centimeters. That'd be the lateral area and surface area of a cube. All right, now notice these diagrams look really familiar. They look like a prisms, but they're for cylinders. Well, think of cylinders as round prisms. In fact, the formulas you can almost get by doing exactly the same thing. You just have to think circular instead of with polygons. But we have what's called the lateral surface. And I'm going to use a red pen here so it's easier to see with all my other writing. It's the lateral surface. That should be an S here. And those are your lateral surfaces. It's just the round part. Here's your lateral surface right here. We have that connects the two bases. We also have what's called the axis of a cylinder. I'm going to print cylinder really small there. It is the segment right here that joins the centers of the two bases. So that's going to be the axis. So the axes of our cylinders. We also have two different types of prisms. We have a right prism. A right prism is one where the axis is perpendicular to the two bases. It's the one that looks just like this, straight up and down. Okay? So that way you have your two bases, you'd be connecting your two centers there. All right? And then we have what's called the oblique. And it's just like what we do. Oblique is leaning, okay? And that's just how you know that it's an oblique or not. Now, we are not going to use the oblique ones now. Those are used for volume later. The ones that we're going to use, once again, are going to be the right cylinders. And here's things you need to remember. This could be on a quiz or a test. I've been known to put this on the vocab section where you have to fill in the missing things. So make sure you have those memorized. Oops, and I forgot to fill in part of it, where the oblique cylinder is. Now, I told you these are exactly the same formulas as the prisms, except for we have to make it with circles. Well, remember the lateral area before is the perimeter of the base times the height. Well, what's the perimeter of a circle? Well, that's its circumference. So you notice that's the length. So you get 2 pi times the radius. The height would stay the same. So instead of perimeter, I put a circumference formula in there. Now, the same idea happens with surface area. I know for surface area, it's perimeter of the base, or lateral area, right? Plus 2 times the area of the base. Well, your lateral area goes in, but what's our bases? Well, our bases are circles. Well, what's the area of a circle? Pi r squared. So instead of putting in a capital B there, I always know that it's going to be with the circles. So here you are required to memorize these. They only work for right cylinders, and then on the next page we're just going to work a whole bunch of examples together.